Hi, I'm Colby King with 330 Ministries, and we are getting to make Jonah and the great fish. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, they call it Jonah and the whale, and the Bible does not say that it was a whale. Was it a whale? Probably, but we don't know, and so we're not going to make a whale. We're going to make a great fish, and so here we go. We're going to blow it up. Now, if you've seen our video on making a simple fish, this is a little bit different. We need to leave a longer tail, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Here we go. All right, now look, I left a tail that is about 4 inches, or not 4 inches, 4 fingers long, okay? And that should be sufficient to get Jonah in there. Now, I like using yellow, and the reason is yellow is quite transparent. You want to use a balloon that they can actually see through, because that way when Jonah's in there, they can see him kind of rolling around. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to twist just a little bitty ball right here. I mean, now look at this. That is tiny compared to the whole balloon. You see that right there? And look, there's my thumb right there. It kind of gives you a measure. And a lot of times I'll take this part off. In fact, I think I will. I'm just going to rip that end off. All right, good, good. So I've got that little bulb right there, okay? And now I'm going to shove that inside. Now that's why you need the tail, because that air, as this goes in, it's got to have a place to go. Otherwise, you're going to have an explosion on your hand. It'll be a small one, but still, it'll pop loud. And so we're going to take, now I want you to watch. I'm pushing it in. I'm going to try to hold my hands where you can see. See that right there? It's inside. Now I'm grabbing it, and I'm taking my fingers out. Woo! Look at that. All right, now look, there's the end. That ball is inside, and now I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to twist like that right there. All right, good. So, you see Jonah, he's hanging right there. Now what I need to do is I need to separate him. I need to disconnect him from the part that I'm holding. And then it's cool, we call it the world's smallest balloon. That will be its own individual balloon, because the balloon wraps around it in such a way it won't lose air. And so a lot of times people will use scissors. I just like to take the end, and it's fun. In front of kids, just take and just rip it and just tear it right there. And oh, there goes Jonah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes when you're making a balloon, it will pop, like that one right there. And I kind of thought that it might, because when I felt it, it was a little squishy. Sometimes balloons get temperature damaged. And we travel at camps all summer long, and these balloons have been in the heat. And so I know that they've had some temperature changes. That one was soft. And so I'll be right back. We're going to start over. You're going to get to watch from a whole different angle. But the reason we're not editing this part out is I want you to understand, if you've been making balloons for a long time, sometimes they're still going to pop right there in your hands, right there, sometimes even in your mouth. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean you're not good at it. What it means is that balloon popped, so we get a new one and we start over. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I've already blown up my balloon, left my tail there, and it'll be good to see this another time anyway, because it is a little more complicated than some. Now look, I've got kind of a long end, so I'm going to rip that off just a little bit to make sure it doesn't get caught in there. So there's Jonah right there, and now look, I'm pushing him in, and look at that. Now I'm grabbing a hold right there, taking my fingers out. We're going to make the twist, and now I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to rip the end of this off. And so here we go. See, just ripped the end of that off right there. A lot of people use scissors, and that's all right too. Not a big deal, but if you're using both hands, it can be kind of hard to, okay, hold on, let me get my scissors. And you see, there he is, rolling around inside there, that ball disconnected. Now, the one that popped a minute ago, this is what was inside. I want you to look at it real close. We call this the world's smallest ball, and what you can do at this point, you know, if you didn't want to do Jonah, what you can do is take scissors, because see, I tore it, so that's jagged. And so you can take scissors, cut that off, get the ball right at the top, and you can squeeze this, and it will shoot that ball out. And I've done as many as 3, put 3 balls in one balloon, and you shoot it, and poof, 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 and 3 balls come out. It's like a little mini balloon cannon, a lot of fun to do. But we're not doing that. We're making Jonah, and he's rolling around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie this off. Now I'm gonna let a little air out. I'm gonna tie it. And this is why it would be good to have some scissors to trim these ends up, but I don't have any scissors with me. Now on this end, I've got a tail, and so I'm gonna squeeze a little more air down in there. All right, kind of space that air out, okay? And now there's Jonah. I want to keep him in the belly. I don't want to put him in a fin. I want to keep him in the belly. So I'm going to bend it over like this right here. And you notice this is a lot smaller fish than the others that we made. Okay, it's going to be smaller. And look at that. There we go. Little fin sticking up top there. I would trim that one off right there. And there he is, Jonah in the belly of the great fish. And isn't it a great fish? I think it's a great fish. Look at that right there. Kids love this. You can use the same concept if you want to make like a pregnant poodle, something like that. You can do the same. Do the same move at the very beginning and then just make the dog and put that in the stomach right there. And so a lot of fun to do. Two things you can do. Jonah, and then tell the story of Jonah. And the other one to do is you can take it and you can shoot these out. Or if you wanted to expel Jonah, I guess you could disconnect that and then, except in that case, the fish is not going to survive, just to let you know. And so you can tell the story of Jonah, how Jonah, God told him to do something. He didn't want to do it. He went the opposite way. You can't run away from God. God sent a storm to change his direction, and so the sailors threw him in the sea. And the cool thing, a lot of people think Jonah swallowed by a great fish, and the fish, this is what saved him from drowning. God made a way to save Jonah from going down in the depths of that sea. Sent a big fish, swallowed him, there he is. Of course, in the belly of the fish, he repents. God, I'm going to go your way, do what you want me to do. And God turns that fish around, sends him exactly where God wanted Jonah to go anyway. Great story. And Jonah tells the people, if they don't stop sinning, God's going to destroy them. And what do? They all repent, turn to God. God saves the city. So it's a great story how God saved Jonah from his own bad choice, how God saved the city, used Jonah, and you could tell it all. Actually, you can tell the whole thing while you're making this. Or if you want to have a little more fun, make the fish. Tell the story and then act it out. Give them sound effects, over here wind, over here rain. In fact, we've got a video of us telling the Jonah story using sound effects. And then this side, swallow, make it sound like a swallow, not the bird, the gulp. And over here, make it sound like a splash, when he hits the water and gulp, 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 he sinks down. And Jonah, everybody says, go Jonah. It's fun. And so have fun teaching and telling the story of Jonah. Hope you have a great day. Keep following Jesus. My name's Colby King. I'll see you here, there, or not in the fish, in the air. God bless you.